Hello, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Welcome to TCM. Tonight we have the first three films in a science fiction franchise that has transcended its genre. In the 52 years since the first picture premiered, there have been sequels, prequels, 2 reboots, one of them successful, plus a primetime television series and a Saturday morning cartoon. Obviously, I don't need to tell you, I'm talking about Some Like It Hot. All right, back to reality. In 1968, the United States was in the midst of political and cultural upheaval. Americans were balancing disillusionment over the Vietnam War with the promise of legitimate social justice and the prospect of a new frontier in space. When Planet of the Apes, that's the series we're talking about, hit theaters in the spring of 1968, it was a hit at the box office and quickly became part of the country's cultural landscape. Planet of the Apes connected with stories echoing throughout the United States as astronauts from Earth crash land on what appears to be a nearly deserted, desolate planet, but it is soon revealed as a savage place with a class system steeped in bigotry where humans rank at the bottom. They are silent, they are caged, and they are at the mercy of the chimpanzees, gorillas, and orangutans who hold power. Planet of the Apes is based on a book, Monkey Planet, by Pierre Boulle, with a screenplay by Michael Wilson and Rod Serling. Serling's touch is pervasive throughout the film, which at times seems like a widescreen color episode of The Twilight Zone. The action is centered around a powerhouse performance from Charlton Heston, with a strong supporting cast led by Kim Hunter, Morris Evans, and Roddy McDowall. Even if you haven't seen this original Planet of the Apes, it may well appear to be familiar to you. The movie is replete with memorable lines and images, many of which have worked their way into a permanent place in pop culture. The unconventional score from composer Jerry Goldsmith stands out as well. Goldsmith used avant-garde musical techniques to help create the film's uneasy, often violent mood. From 1968, directed by Franklin J. Schaffner, here's the picture that set the standard: Planet of the Apes. The ending of Planet of the Apes was unusually downbeat for the time, and it still delivers an emotional gut punch today. Considering all that, you will likely be as surprised by this next bit of information as I was. When Planet of the Apes came out, the MPAA's ratings board, still in its infancy, rated it G for general audiences. That movie was rated G. The intense action, the disturbing images, the beatings, the ending. It's impossible to imagine the film getting the same rating today. In fact, getting a G these days is both rare and undesirable for anything other than the tamest of children's movies. 20th Century Fox suspected younger audiences would love Planet of the Apes, and many older kids did. The Apes franchise inspired a flood of merchandise that ranged from lunchboxes to Halloween costumes to action figures. I had many of those action figures. It has also led to 2 reboots, the second of which has proved to be excellent. And last year, Disney, which acquired the property when it bought 20th Century Fox, announced that there will be more Planet of the Apes movies in the future. For us, the future is now. Up next, the first sequel to the original Planet of the Apes.